Hi there, thanks for joining us. This is the second video on adding a catch to FishCastPro. Now, what we'll start off straight away is basically just telling you what these three buttons are down the bottom. So this button here, and it won't work because I am on a computer, and I've actually reduced the screen to a more mobile sized application for this purpose. The one in the middle here is your catch button. It's a quick button. It'll take you straight there, or you can also click on this little plus button here. This button here will take you to the fin, to the AI, where you can have a chat to Finn. So what we'll do is we'll start off by adding a catch, and we'll hit that button. Now straight away you can see that my location has been added. It pays to wait. Sometimes if you're out in a sort of out of area location, this might take a second to click in. That's fine. You can either wait for it or you can manually edit this later on. So on a mobile, if you click this button, and this is the one that you'll want to be clicking, is it will open your camera, and you can take a photo of the fish and it'll analyze it from there. But for this purpose, or you can go to your gallery, and for this purpose we'll be using the gallery. So we'll open up the gallery. Oh look, here's one I prepared earlier, and it's analyzing straight away. On the mobile version it will have you tick the photo to make sure that it's a good photo before. Now it's analyzed that, and you can save that photo if you like. It will go to your downloads folder, I think. Now it's analysed it as a snapper. It has analysed it at 36 centimetres. I think that's fairly close. I think that's 35 there. I would say it's probably close enough. Obviously, if you want to be exact on things, you can change this, so you can make that 35 if you like. Now you can also say you kept it or you released it, and the number, and you could, if you want to, put the the weight in there. You could also give it a name of my PB, or first fish, or John's happy trout. Who knows? Now the other thing is you can reanalyze if you want. If you think that the photo is completely wrong, or it's pulled up the wrong species, and sometimes it will, it is a learning platform, then reanalyze, and it should rethink its actions, and it should generally pull up the proper species. In here you could also search for the species. They're pretty much all in there, and as it recognizes that, that list will grow. So there. Now from that point you can potentially just save the catch and get on with your day. Throw that guy in the chili bin or the cooler, whatever you want to call it, and carry on. Or you can carry on down and you can fill in the rest of this information. You can see that the when and where the location is now of where that fish was caught, or where you're logging it right now. You could also change this to a location that you had previously, or you can use your map that will basically, you can move that pin to be wherever you are. And this is also handy if you are, well, we won't put it there. This is also handy if you didn't get a result on here, but you know roundabout you are, down in here somewhere, and that's where you are. So you can do that as well if you like. Most of the time, I'd say 99.5% of the time, the location will automatically show up for you. Now in here is your bait and method. This was in the first video where I was talking about your tackle box, and if you had that information filled in, this would show up in here. So for this right now, we'll say we were using a soft plastic, and we were, what were we doing? We were drifting. That's good enough. And we used an opening knot. And if you don't have that one, get it. That's awesome. Usually 5-inch, and you could even put in there, if you wanted to, 5-inch. These are basically for your notes, and it's very handy to have. I've logged quite a few catches now, obviously through trials and through the build of the app, and having this information in here has actually been really handy, because you can even see at the other end when the recommendations cards are produced, it will tell you what you were using, what lure you were using, or what soft bait you were using at that point in time. Very, very handy. The weather conditions will not be filled out. This happens after you save the catch. So when you hit that button, it'll take a second to save, because what it's actually doing is it's logging the weather situation. So if we can, if we want to, we can fetch that manually. And now it's filled in all the weather parameters at that point in time, at that place, right there, at that time. If we change the time here, it would change, it would change this weather. So it takes it very, very accurately where you are. It will even take your depth of where you are, and that shows it as a minus elevation because you have sea level and then below, so it's minus. Also shows the cloud cover. Yes, it is 100% out there, cloud cover today. And it will give you your water temperature. Over here you've got your air temperature, your water temperature, your waves, wave period, so on and so forth. It will also give you your yeah, I haven't filled in my location, naughty me. So that'll change, or that should change when I save it. It should sort that out, because this information comes in Greenwich Mean Time. So, and then it changes it over from there. So at this particular time, that is Greenwich Mean Time. And then we can also see what the tide is doing in that location at that time. That's not a port, it's at that location. So that's quite good how it will also do that. And also from here you can share your location to your group, to your school, or not. So if it's checked, it's going to go through, everybody is going to see, everybody in your school, not Joe Public, will see your location. They won't see your groups. They won't see your catch, they'll see your location only. Okay, so from there we'll save the catch, because we're at the bottom of the page. That'll take a second, because it is rechecking that weather. And then, boom, here it is. So we can see that we caught one fish, a snapper, today, 9 minutes ago. We kept it, the size, and if we had the weight filled in, it would show the weight as well, and the date, the time, and also the soft bait we were using. You can view this again. You can go in and see. It's all there. There's the photo. All the weather parameters. Did it change it? It did indeed. Look at that. So very, very, very thorough in the catch record. You can also edit it. So you can go back and go, well, no, that was actually a 34. You know, if you want to be absolutely accurate, you can do that. And then, you know, you can also change the location. You could even change the time. You could say, well, actually, I think it was 3:32. You know, and it will automatically update everything to coincide with that extra 2 minutes that you gave it. there it is. It's done. So, and it's taken you back to here. Okay. Now, when you go back to your what's this called? Dashboard. Thank you. You can see that it has now logged that catch. That was 0 previously, and it has also added that location into your locations. So we can look at this, and we can say here's the location that I had added earlier, and that was a private location that is not shared to my group, and I don't also have weather attributed to that location. I can do that through the edit cycle. I can add weather, and it will do it at that point in time. So it's a historical grab of weather. Now that could have been up to I think it's 5 years ago is how far back we can go. Now on this location you can see that it will pull up your map, and it will show you where we logged it, and it will also show you the weather data that it is synced, and you can even then go ahead and look at that data again if you feel fit. So this is repeated in the location data as well as the catch data. So this just strengthens the algorithms that produce the recommendation cards. And again, you can edit the location. Now, the other thing is we in locations, when you're back to here, you could actually add a location. So you can go to here. You can do it via a latitude or a longitude, or just go to the map, and you could throw in a location. Let's go down to Nangaroo, and we can log that location. We can put in Great Kauai Spot. You can again share it or keep it private, so you can share it to the group or keep it private. You can also say, well, you know, it was an estuary, or it was a bit of an inlet, or it was a bit of a bay. We'll call that a bay because it looks like a bay. And you can save that. Oops. Why can't I say that? Oh, that's why, because one of these has to be checked. There we go. And what am I missing? We need to give it a location name. I'll call that Nangaroo. Oops. So then we can save it. Now the beauty of this is that we can then go through and we can view this location. We didn't put any weather to that location, but let's do that. We can edit, and we can sync the weather data. Now I could have put this location in 3 weeks ago as looked like a good snapper spot, or you know, I spotted a rock there at low tide and it could be something to go and check out at high tide or whatever. Okay, so then what you can do is update that. Okay, and then it'll update all of that weather parameters, same as the catch, same as the location. And here's the beauty of what you can also do. You can get that location and go, oh yeah, I saw a guy catching catching some power there, or something to that effect. You can go add a catch, and then it will take you to the catch page, and you can then manually, if you want to, or take a photo, but you can manually input what you were seeing being caught there. So it could have been, well there you go, there's Kauai. Yeah, you saw a guy catching Kauai there. They were big monsters. Big monsters. And we could put in the weight. They were what? 6 kg? Close enough. So on and so forth. Rah-de-rah-de-rah. We can save that catch. Now, that then goes back to, again, boom, another catch location. So there it is. So then we can go in and we can also see again We didn't have a photo because we logged that manually, but we can see all the weather parameters of that time. And then if we wanted to see that on the map, we can go to here. This is what's cool. You can zoom in, zoom out. You could have 100 catches on here. They will all show up like this. There's my snapper, there's my kahawai, there's my location. Okay, now you can also do this in your menu. You can go to map, and then we have our catch data locations shown. Again, you can click on that and you can see it was a snapper. You can view the details of that. So this will continue to fill in every single catch and location. If it's blue, it's just a location. If it's green with a red number, then it is a catch. Okay, so that's about it for now. I've taken you through a heap of stuff, and hopefully you've kept up with me. Thanks for coming by, and we'll keep on making these videos and working through. And if you've certainly got any issues, give us an email, give us a shout, give us a like on here, give us a like on Facebook, and tight lines, everyone. Thank you.